This is episode 1, a solo episode with me, Tiffany, and we're going to be talking about the birth of Cultivating Guts, our brand new podcast today. Hello, it's Tiffany, and welcome back to Cultivating Guts. The podcast is a place where we discuss gardening, homesteading, gut health, and following our intuition. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I have had so many insightful moments and ideas that are really important topics that I am wanting to share with you on this podcast. And today I am actually simultaneously video recording. So if you want to hop on our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton, we can eye gaze. It's just like being on a Zoom call or like sitting down for coffee with your bestie. I am here. And if you're watching us live right now on video, we're eye gazing. It's super, super fun. And also, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And I just want to say hello. I had this really, really insightful moment recently, actually about 8 months ago, to be honest, around starting a podcast. And then I kind of sat with it, wasn't really sure. And so we're going to dive into how Cultivating Guts came to be today. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review the Cultivating Guts podcast. Send me a screenshot of your review to tiffany@goffmomcertified.com. And we will send you our 4-day Hacking Your Health Gut Detox Plan, which will help you intuitively clean up your gut health and feel better and have more energy. As you are listening, like I said, go ahead and screenshot your favorite part, share it with us on Instagram at gfmomcertified.com or at Cultivating Guts on Instagram. I love reposting and I'm excited to hear what you thought of today's episode. I'm so grateful to you and all of our amazing listeners for helping us to grow this brand new podcast and share it with more people. And before we head into the show, here's a quick word from our sponsor. Can I share with you a secret weapon for thriving through the holiday season, thriving through life, and just keeping my gut in check, right? This is Gluten Away from Just Thrive. I love their probiotics. I found them about 10 years ago. They're a female-owned company based right here in Chicago. And this gluten away product that they have is a combination that is my go-to for every meal that I eat out, all of my travel, whether I'm on an airplane or in a car, or even if I'm going to a friend's house and I'm just really not sure about the cross-contamination. This helps me keep my celiac disease and Crohn's disease in remission. And when I pair this with their probiotic each day, my gut is truly thriving. I have painless stomachs. I don't really have cramps anymore. I'm regular, which is awesome, right? Nobody really wants to get constipated. And I know that I have a healthy gut colony of good bacteria living in my microbiome. Just Thrive's probiotics are a unique blend of powerful digestive enzymes. Their probiotics are designed to support optimal digestion and protect against hidden sources of tummy troubles like gluten. This gluten away product has the enzyme protease in it, which is scientifically proven to break down the gluten protein to make it digestible, to make it less abrasive on the gut. The resilient probiotic spores support the complex and complete digestive process and help me alleviate inflammation in my body. Our whole family uses Just Thrive's probiotics, their products, and their gluten away. Even my girls, you can bake with their capsules by opening them on the probiotics. The gluten away enzyme, like I said, I take it anytime we're eating out. I take it at restaurants, at people's houses. Even put it in my morning coffee, right? You can open it, add it to your coffee if you're not sure about the creamer or something else. And with the probiotic, you can do the same. You can add it to your coffee. Did you guys know that spore-based probiotics can survive warm temperatures even? This is how it allows us to bake with them. They can cook up to 500 degrees. And this means you can even add them to the probiotics to your morning pancake batter. We have a special community discount code just for you from Just Thrive Probiotics and their family at Just Thrive. And so the code GFMOM, GFMOM, saves you 15% off your total purchase at their website. We will add that to the show notes. We would love for you to add a bottle of Just Thrive Gluten Away and a bottle of their probiotics to your cabinet, in your kitchen, and also to your purse this season. So you have it with you anytime you're eating out or you're at a friend's house or any celebration or holiday meal. And thank you again, Gluten Away, for being our podcast sponsor. And with that, we're going to head right into the show. All right. Welcome to our very first episode. I am so excited to be here with you and super excited to get our Cultivating Guts podcast off the ground. Like I shared with you as we were getting started in the intro, I wanted to talk about the birth of Cultivating Guts. Where did it come from? How did I get this idea? Where is it going? What are we doing with it? And how am I going to be able to support you? And so I kind of made my own interview questions, and I'm going to ask myself questions today as we're together, and I'm going to answer them. And then if you have additional questions, I'd love for you to send them over via Instagram at GFMomCertified, and we will get those answered as well. I'd love to have topics, questions, anything like that sent over as we're building out brand new episodes for Cultivating Guts. So what is the purpose of the Cultivating Guts show? Right? It's like our radio show. It's our chance to get together. So the purpose of Cultivating Guts is to educate and to inspire, to be honest. It's a way for me to connect with people again because we will no longer be doing live large expos. We will no longer be doing as many live events. We probably won't be doing huge things. We will definitely, I will be hosting garden workshops locally in the Chicagoland area and doing some smaller stuff. But we will not be doing, big trade shows, expos, or large speaking engagements for I don't know how long. We'll see. So this brand new Cultivating Guts was came to me through a Jupiter meditation. So let me give you a little bit of background since I haven't probably talked to you or seen you for almost 2 years, it feels like, other than on social media. So Will got COVID. I think a lot of people knew that. And I kind of fell into what I would call depression, right? I don't know that at the time I would have admitted it, but that's kind of where I was. And we were staying at home quite a bit. The girls were home. And we didn't really leave our house. Now, we are blessed that we live on almost an acre. We are blessed that we have lots of outdoor space and we have a garden and we have a large home, and I had my own office. And so I had space to just be, and I had space to read, and I had space for music. And we live by forest preserves and nature walks. And so all of that was healing. But 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, right? 18 months, whatever it was. I just felt like I had lost my business. I had lost GF Mom Certified. I didn't know where it was going. I knew that all of the expos had been canceled. All of the live shows had been canceled. Some of the companies were moving to online expos. I wasn't really thrilled about that. I was missing the interaction with our community. I was missing the talking, the stories of these women that would come back year after year and tell me about their healing, about their less pain, about, getting pregnant after years of infertility. And I was also missing my small group coaching that I was doing, where we used to have people come to my office space in Chicago, and we do 6 women at a time, and we do group coaching. And I just was totally missing that. Had some issues with censorship on social media. So we had things taken away, accounts locked down, just this turmoil, right? And I was like, I'm just losing everything I've built for the last 10 years. And that's kind of what was kicking off my depression. Now, I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the July of 2020. I was, journaling, praying. That was always my thing, like giving gratitude, even for the smallest, littlest things, whether it was a dandelion flower that had popped up or seeing a butterfly or being able to take a walk in nature, giving gratitude always. And in my mind, not even my mind, but like my higher state, right? My spiritual state, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to talk it, guardian angel said, Tiffany, you need to go find your Elevating the Globe journal. You need to go find that book. And I had a book from probably 5 years ago that Tara and Britt had written called, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was Elevating the Globe. It was 21 days to elevating your vibration, finding gratitude, finding joy again in life. And I was like on this mission to find this book because like I just heard from God, like, go find that book. You need to go through that process. I could not for the life of me find that book in the house anywhere. I went through bookshelves. I went through everything, couldn't find it. And so I hopped on their website and I was like, all right, can't find the book. What do you have? That was my saving grace, to be honest. I found a whole membership community that offered live yoga. They offered downloadable yoga. They had pre-recorded yoga. They had monthly group coaching. And I was like, oh my gosh, I found my new tribe. And so July of 2020, I signed up for what was Elevate the Globe. And within a few short months, we're talking 6-8 months of just being engrossed in that spiritual community, being in touch with nature, growing our own suburban garden. I sat down to make, my list for 2021 around manifestation and my intentions and my goals. And little by little, GF Mom Certified, what it had been, started to like dwindle. And I started to release it. And it took a lot. It took a lot of struggle to say, okay, God, I'm going to let it go. If I never speak to another audience of 500 people, it's going to be okay. If I never go to a live expo, it's going to be okay. The books went out of print, by the way, during the shutdown and the quarantine of the United States. So it was like, oh my gosh, 10 years of publications gone. I can't print them if I wanted to. Everything was just kind of like going. And I was slowly accepting it, releasing it. And then in 2021, in February, I sat down to do a meditation, and I joined a new mastermind that's full of women entrepreneurs and business owners and just amazing group of women, and started what they call the Jupiter meditation. It's a 62-minute meditation on Thursday mornings at I do it at 7 a.m., but they do it 5 a.m. Pacific time. And then once a month, it's at 4 a.m. because it's at 5 a.m. Eastern time. So sit down for a 62-minute meditation on Jupiter, which is Thursdays. And we do the Jupiter meditation, and we release and we receive, and we release and we receive for 62 minutes. And I heard again another whisper, right? Whispers from God, whispers from heaven. You need to start a podcast. And I was like, okay, but I don't know how to do that. Right? I don't know what I'm doing. I listen to podcasts all the time. I have 4 podcasts I religiously listen to and absolutely love by other women that have had spiritual, awakenings and life-changing moments and live similar values that I live. And it's like, I don't know how to start my own. But at that point, I was like, all right, I heard you. I'm going to figure this out. I take it back to my business coaches, and I actually attended some trainings lately and through the last 6 months on getting podcast up and running. Met with a sound person, Oz, out of LA, around microphones and cameras and soundboards and recording softwares. And little by little, it all started to come together. And so here we are. Cultivating Guts is here, right? And so what message am I going to transmit out into the world with this brand new podcast? The message that I'm going to transmit, the message I want to get across. And if you ever catch me not doing it, I want you guys to like call me out, like send me a message and be like, you are off topic. Because I need to, if I am going to change the topic, I need to communicate that. I need to be authentic and I need to be truthful, right? But the message that we're going to transmit is very similar to what we've always transmitted out, that food is medicine, food is healing. The piece that we are evolving, and we have evolved, right, is that the food is healing, but growing and eating can be healing, right? And so we want to teach you to cultivate food. We want to teach you to cultivate intuition, to transform and empower. We want to give you inspiration. So it's around cultivating food, cultivating intuition, and giving us better guts, right? Whether they're physical guts or their virtual guts, right? Or their guts are your intuition, or right? Because your gut is your second brain. And so what we find out is if you live intuitively, you tend to listen to your gut. You tend to listen to your second brain. Whether you feel it or you get butterflies or you're around somebody that just is uplifting and you want to sing, or you walk into a room and your gut like shrivels up, right? And you just know like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. That is the intuitive sign. That is God speaking directly to you to tell you like, this is where you need to go. So getting out of your head into your gut is our mission. And that's where we want to transmit out into the world. How do you cultivate that intuition? How do you cultivate health through gardening, homesteading, sustainability? But also, How do you cultivate intuition through spirituality, listening, and transforming, evolving, surrendering? And so we have a very, very cool group of episodes coming out that are going to start dropping January. Probably a few will drop in December. And then starting in January, every Tuesday, you'll have a brand new episode coming out. Definitely interviewing businesses, small business owners, people that had to really listen to their guts, right? Interviewing women who had to learn how to listen to their intuition, talking a lot about gardening. We're going to be doing some podcasts on getting seeds started and gardening, but I'm also going to be doing, under the Cultivating Guts umbrella, uh, webinars again. I don't feel like we've done webinars for 5 years. We're going to go back to doing some webinars, giving you some education. We've got a brand new Podia online masterclass platform, which has paid courses and free courses, and we're going to be able to put those webinars there. And it's going to be super, super fun. So who are my listeners, right? And how do you know if this podcast is for you? I would tell you my listeners are women aged 28 to 52, right? That is who I see my listeners. Now, if you're a man and you're listening to this, you are welcome. Welcome to listen and share it with a woman in your life, please. And I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel inspired to try something new, to try growing a plant, to try eating something healthier, something different, right? To try eating a different plant. And I want you to be excited to not be normal. I want my listeners to be the women that embrace being weird and are excited about being weird. And maybe you're the person that shows up on the corporate calls in tie-dye, or you wear overalls all the time, or you got, hot pink or hot green or whatever color mud boots. Like, you're weird and you love it. Like, come be weird with me. Those are the listeners that this is made for, right? So what does our Cultivating Guts platform stand for? Definitely health, body, mind, spiritual health, empowerment, inspiration, intuition, and then gardening and homesteading. That is the core of Cultivating Guts. The podcasts themselves, some will be 30 minutes and then some will be 45 minutes plus, depending on who we're interviewing and the content. So there will be a variation. And like I said, every Tuesday there's going to be a new one. And we are looking for experts to interview. And again, feel free to shoot me an email at tiffany@gfmomcertified.com. Put in the subject line podcast guest inquiry. And we're looking for experts on cultivating a garden, on homesteading, on cultivating gut health, cultivating intuition, cultivating empowering moms and women, education around cultivating, whether it's cultivating in the ground or cultivating in your spiritual life, and then people and guests that are cultivating inspiration and knowledge to live in alignment with their soul. Those are people that I would love to interview on the podcast. I would love to get their stories out, to get their message out to the world, out to the community. And it's just going to be so fun. All conversational style, kind of like I'm asking these questions now, but we're going to do lots of conversational style, lots and lots of fun. Okay. So what else do I need to let you know? Those were the questions I asked myself. Oh my gosh. There you have it, right? Those are the questions that I kind of wrote down for myself. What I'm super excited about in the coming next 6 months is talking about gardening, planning, building raised beds, seed starting in the house, greenhouses, planting with moon cycles, just so much. And we've got some really, really cool guests already lined up that we've been recording. We've got more recordings coming. And then, like I said, every Tuesday, we're going to drop a new episode and you'll be able to find Cultivating Guts on Spotify and on iTunes. And if you're on either one, we would love for you to follow and like it and leave us a review, like rate and review this podcast. That would be truly amazing. And with that, guys, if you've got questions, again, if you've got topics, you're like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this one, because that is the whole purpose. So we can have a conversation again. I can hear your stories again. We can be in touch, and there can be education, there can be inspiration, and we're here together. And so many, many, many of our Cultivating Guts episodes are going to be on YouTube. So you can see me and you can watch and we can have fun together, and it will just be wonderful. And I'm so, so excited to bring this to life and to get it out to the world. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Share with me what your favorite part was, and if you've tried anything we discussed in this episode. Ask me any questions on Instagram at GFMomCertified, and I'm here for you, and I'm excited to see all your benefits. Today has been amazing. Cultivating Guts has been birthed, and I'm so excited, so excited. Sat Nam, I love you guys. So if you love this episode, remember to share it with your friends and send it to anyone who may love this inspiration and information that I shared. To get our newest book, Hacking Your Health, a 3-week detox, you can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or anywhere books are sold. Pick up a copy of the book. We also want to let you know that we have a brand new online masterclass platform we are so excited for, and you can get details over at tiffanyhinton.podia.com. You will see everything you need to get started with your gardening masterclass, to get the stuff you need to get going and growing your own food to help your gut.